Everybody, Greg Davis, superphillyrockstar.com. How's everybody doing today? So listen, I'm here to talk about something I don't want you to miss out on, okay, and that is YouTube. Okay, I'm sure you've heard a lot of people, leaving Facebook, going to YouTube. A lot of people are focusing more on YouTube, and you know why? Because a YouTube is a lot easier to deal with. Okay, you're not getting banned every 5 minutes. It's especially like if you're looking at like BizOp type of stuff, pretty much like even other niches, like anything goes. I mean, like they're very lenient as far as what they allow. Okay, I mean, I saw an ad the other day and somebody swore they had a cuss word in the ad. Okay, and it was running. So so it's a whole lot easier to deal with than Facebook, and also for a lot of niches, the traffic quality is better. Especially when you're looking at, trying to get somebody on an automated webinar, which is what you kind of need to do to sell, a high ticket product. You pretty much need to get them on a webinar to either get them to buy a product or to get them to book a phone call, with a salesperson, and you can sell them something more expensive. Okay, so and just think about this: like if you're on Facebook, you're just like kind of surfing around or whatever, and then you see an ad to get on a webinar, and you might be interested in it, but you might not really want to watch the webinar like right then and there. And see, because the stuff that's working with webinars now, automated webinars now, is like the just in time webinars. Okay, like when you sign up for the webinar, then like basically these webinars run, I think like 4 times an hour or something like that. But so basically, like any time that you register, the shortest that you're gonna have to wait for the webinar is like 10, I think 15 minutes. I'm sorry, I mean the longest you're gonna have to wait is like 15 minutes at the most. But normally it's really it's a lot shorter than that. And so those are the best results you're gonna get, getting people on the webinar right then and there. Okay, now of course people are gonna register. You can follow with them, you send a replay, all that kind of stuff, which is great. So definitely do that. But most of your bang for the buck is going to come from people that get on the just in time webinar. Okay, so if you're on Facebook, you're less apt to jump on a just in time webinar because you might be doing something else. You might be just sitting at a sitting at in a doctor's office just killing time. You could be like in a car, waiting for your kid or somebody to come, to pick them up or something like that. So a lot of people, will use Facebook in like little snatches of time. But for YouTube, the average user is on YouTube a whole lot longer, than on Facebook. So, so you have more time and, to actually get your sales message out there. Okay. So that's another, big advantage of YouTube. And there's so many more, but you see what's going on. You see the movement towards YouTube. So don't miss out. Okay. So in order to prosper and to make a lot of money on YouTube, you need the right instruction, you need the right training. Okay. And last month, I put on a training with my partner. I call him the YouTube Money Man because because he runs YouTube campaigns for a whole lot of really high profile people, and so he really didn't want his name out there just to for his own privacy and also for his own business. He doesn't necessarily want all his high end clients knowing everything he does. So we just call him YouTube Money Man. Okay, we put in this training, and it was awesome. Okay, because let me just tell you like this, like yeah, you can learn the basic of YouTube, how to set up an ad, like all that type of stuff. You can learn that a lot of different places, but to learn how to structure your campaigns for scaling, okay, and by scaling I mean like $100,000 plus per day, okay, per day, okay, because one thing about YouTube is that it's extremely scalable. I mean, I wouldn't say it has unlimited traffic, but pretty much almost, especially when you know how to convert more general traffic. I mean, targeted traffic. I mean, certain niches are gonna be smaller, obviously, but if you, especially like what I like to do is I like to design my campaigns, design my funnels so that I can take the most general traffic and then funnel it into the customers and clients that I want. Okay, and if you can do that, then sky's the limit. Like, you could probably spend $1 million a day. Okay, I mean the traffic is there. Okay, and I'm not saying that it's easy. Yes, there's a lot of work that you have to do. But I know several people, lots of people that are doing over $100,000 a day on YouTube. Okay, I'm not there yet. I'm not going to front and say, yeah, I'm making all these millions on YouTube yet, because I'm not yet, but I will. But yeah, but this workshop, if you missed the workshop live, then you have to get the recordings. I'm giving access to the recordings, and it's for a lot cheaper price than we did the actual live workshop. For the live workshop was $4,000. Okay, and I sent the email out yesterday, and basically I'm selling the recordings for $11.97. Okay, so a little bit over $1,000. Okay, and to top it off, I'm also throwing in another workshop we did. We did the YouTube workshop in December, and in November, I actually taught a workshop called the $1,000,000 List, where for 3 days I went in depth and talked about, first talked about how to build a list, and then I talked about how to monetize a list. Okay, then the last day I even worked with some of the people that were there to help them develop, their ideas and develop their list building strategy. Okay, and more importantly, the list monetization strategy as well. Okay, so I'm going to give you both of those workshops. Okay, both, and that workshop was $4,000 too. So you're talking about $8,000 worth of workshops that I'm going to give you for $11.97. Okay, this is an incredible deal, because I could charge more, and I know I would get less customers, but I'll probably end up making more. Because I already have a precedent for how much people actually paid for it. Okay, so $11.97 for both, and they go so well together. Okay, because YouTube is a great place to build a list. All the traffic that you're generating YouTube. I mean, I'm hoping that you capture, the emails and information for people, and then, you can build your list. Okay, so anytime you have an automated webinar in there and they're signing up, you're building a list. All right, and so you can build a list super fast. I mean, I've built some super fast, big lists on YouTube so far, and I'm just getting started. I haven't even been doing, really big numbers per day. I haven't really been spending a whole lot of money, but just spending a few $1,000s a day, we've generated tens of thousands of names already. So you need this information. Okay, don't miss out. Okay, you see all these people doing it. You see all this movement from Facebook to YouTube is for a reason. It's for a reason. All right, so don't miss out on this. Okay, think about Bitcoin. See what Bitcoin's doing now. Okay, I'm sure a couple years ago, whatever, somebody was talking about let's buy some Bitcoin. You might be like, no, I'm not, that's a scam, blah blah, whatever. Now look at it. I mean, come on. So look, you might have missed out on Bitcoin. Don't miss out on YouTube. Okay, YouTube is where it's at. I mean, 2021, YouTube is where it's at. Now, look, Facebook is better for some things. Like I think, like for lead generation, I think Facebook is better. Like for really, short transactional type of offers, I still think Facebook is better. So I'm not saying Facebook doesn't have its place, And look, I mean, I love Facebook. Well, I mean, I love the money that I've made from Facebook. I don't love Facebook. I actually have a kind of a hate relationship with them. But but Google is actually way easier to deal with. You can actually call somebody or talk to somebody on the phone. You can get help. They will tell you what's wrong with your site. Like if they suspend you, sometimes, not all the time, but a lot of times they will, they will tell you what's wrong, tell you what you need to fix, so you can get your account back reinstated. You don't never get anything like that from Facebook. They'll cut your stuff off and be like, you don't have nothing. Okay, so YouTube is where it's at. Don't miss out, and you need this YouTube Money Man training. Okay, because he breaks everything down step by step. He walked through and set up a campaign so you know exactly how to structure the campaign. I mean, because campaign structure is important. It's important. Like you can pretty much structure your campaign any kind of way if you're only doing, a couple $100 a day, even a couple $1,000 a day. But when you're trying to do, 10, 20, 30, 100,000 plus per day, then you have to be structured properly, or else it's not going to work. Okay, it's going to take you, all kinds of time to try to figure out what's going on and to track everything and optimize everything. Whereas if you set it up properly, then that stuff is a whole lot easier. Okay, so the YouTube Money Man training, and I got all positive reviews from this. Like every single person that took the training, loved it. They were surprised that even it was better even than they thought. I mean, it's a really quality stuff. All right, YouTube Money Man knows his stuff, and he did a really good job. He broke everything down, and me and my team, like we're using the stuff that he taught right now. We're using it. It's working. It's probably not going to be too long. I'd say another 30 days or so. We're going to be hitting some serious, if that, we're going to be hitting some serious numbers on YouTube. Okay, so. And the list building workshop, again, is really important. I mean, if you're an online marketer, then your list is your asset. That's the most important asset you have, because you have a list. you could literally have income for life. Okay. I have, I can my list, email my list. You email your list, you make money. Email your list, you make money. Okay. And so, that's how it works. That's how most, marketers make their money, at least long term. Okay. Sure, you have, launches and you have stuff that you sell and you have these good campaigns and all that kind of stuff. But that stuff comes and goes. Okay. You know, I've had some really awesome, 7-figure campaigns that just died for a variety of different reasons, whether it was the offer, whether it was a traffic source, whatever. So, you're going to have some downtimes. I don't care who you are. You're going to have some downtimes if you're a media buyer. So, you know, when you do have those downtimes, it really helps to have a list so you can still be making income. Okay. If you have a list, you can make money like on demand. Okay. It's a beautiful thing. So you need that for long-term income, for longevity in this business. You need that list. Okay. So, and this isn't just any ordinary list building training, because I've been able to generate very large sums of money out of very small lists. Okay. Like I've gotten over $1 million from a list of 1,000 people. Okay. So I teach step by step exactly how to do that, exactly how to sell high ticket stuff to your audience and to your list. Okay. And how to monetize your list, and other ways as well. So, that training is the bomb. Okay. The YouTube training is even more bomb. Okay. And you put them together, you just have like a nuclear explosion of knowledge that leads to a nuclear explosion of cash, okay, in your bank account. Okay. This is where it's at. I'm telling you, like, if my closest relative, like my dad, is trying to like get into this stuff, I told him, look, this is what you need to do. We need to do YouTube, we need to do the list. Like, that's just what I would tell my kids. I mean, anybody that I care about, that wants to make money online, these are the two things that I would have them do. YouTube, list. Use YouTube to build your list and make money at the same time. All right, so this is where it's at, folks. You gotta stay on the cutting edge, and this isn't even cutting edge. I mean, because a whole lot of people have already done it, but it's still like plenty of room left. Okay, plenty of room left, especially compared to Facebook, which is, very crowded. I mean, YouTube has so much inventory. Like I'm on YouTube sometime in the morning, and I don't even see any ads. So it's like they have like a lot of unsold inventory. Okay, so you can really, really scale. I mean, to me, I think YouTube is the most scalable traffic source I've been on. I mean, Google search probably was number two, and then Facebook, GDN, like that. I mean, look, they're all very scalable, but YouTube to me has the most traffic, and it's growing. Okay, more people are consuming video content. More people are like turning away from TV and watching YouTube. Okay, like my kids, like they don't even watch TV. They watch stuff on YouTube. Even me, like I have people like I watch shows and stuff on YouTube, more so than TV. So it's only going to grow and get bigger and bigger. So you need to jump on it. You need to take advantage of it. Okay, you need to get this knowledge. So click on the link below and order your YouTube Money Man 100K per day training workshop. And for free, as a free bonus, I'm going to throw in the $1 million list. Okay, so my original intention was to charge half of the live price, so it's $4,000. So I was going to just charge $2,000, for the recordings. But I did do the other day. I did do a early, not really early bird, but like a fast mover special for $9.97 for for 5 people. So that filled up relatively fast. But I'm such a nice guy. I instead of putting the price up to the $19.97, the $2,000 that I was going to do, I just moved it up a couple $100 at $11.97. Okay, so still, very affordable. You get $8,000 worth of workshops for $11.97. That's $1,197, not $11.97. All right, so click the link below, grab that. The $11.97 price is not going to be. In fact, that's going away today. All right, it's going away today. So jump on it, grab it. You will not regret it. I promise you. This is a great workshop. And I've done a lot of workshops. I've taught a lot of workshops. I've been to a lot of workshops. These two are. I mean, I ain't gonna talk about mine. I mean, mine's good, but really, the YouTube Money Man, when I have to give him his props, that joint was That joint was just the bomb. All right. So grab it. See you on the other side. I'll see you on these YouTube streets. And hey, that's it. Do what you gotta do. Greg Davis signing out. Peace.